Identify. Internalize. Progress. If you want truth, we are that truth. Come rain or shine, we will find what you're looking for. We are the custodians of truth. The surgeons that bring light out from the darkness. You want a revolution? We are the revolution. This is the revolutionary.
You are listening to the Revolutionary Radio, African Eyes Radio. Greetings to one and all at home and abroad. Welcome to the Rising Buzz Show, exclusive only on African Eyes Radio, your revolutionary radio. I am your host, Cornelia Chimalizeni, and I'm not alone in studio.
Tando Makazoma, your host, doing the most. I promise to always give you more and never give you less. Nonetheless, we always have to start off our day with the greatest of success.
That is right, because here at African Eyes Radio, only the best is good enough.
So on today's show, we want to discuss a little more about friendship. What is a friend to you? Is a friend always there for the good times or the bad? Are they there to support you, or are they just there to take advantage of you? We'll be dissecting what is an acquaintance and so more. So we'll have that and more in a few. But before we hit that line, I want you to WhatsApp us on our number, which is 079-089-3671. Hit us up on our Facebook page as well, which is African Eyes Media, and as well we're on our Instagram. So follow us up with love, and we'll follow you guys back, which is African_Eyes_Media in small caps. And we'll be back in a few. Identify. Internalize. Progress. If you want truth, we are that truth. Come rain or shine, we will find what you're looking for. We are the custodians of truth. The surgeons that bring light out from the darkness. You want a revolution? We are the revolution. This is the revolutionary.
You are listening to the Revolutionary Radio, African Eyes Radio. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, thank you for doing so. Welcome to the Rising Buzz Show. I am your host, Cornelia Chimalizeni, and I'm not alone in studio.
Tando Makazoma, your host, doing the most.
That is right. Now, today we are talking about friendship, the different types of friendship. What kind of friend are you? Are you a friend? Can you sincerely call yourself a friend? Those who you accompany yourselves or you keep company with, are they truly your friends?
So good morning, Cornelia.
Hi.
I wanted to ask you something.
Go ahead.
Are we friends?
No, unfortunately not.
Why can't we
You're my
be
brother
friends?
and I'm your sister. Brother and sister. But brother and sister can also be friends.
True.
It's just that we need to differentiate on our understanding of what a friend is, or what our friendship entails. What would make us friends.
Okay, because then from what I understand, when reading the dictionary, it says a friend is a person who has a mutual affection either on a sexual basis or a family-orientated base.
Right.
But sometimes it also comes informally. Some they say it's two or more people in a collective. Yes. And they work towards each other in different behaviors.
Birds of a feather.
They flock together.
That is right.
But there was something that also caught my interest in dictionary, because you know, in this revolutionary radio, we always told we must break down the English language. So there's something that just caught my mind. And since you're the professor, I call you my prof. I wanted to know. It's called a what is it? A Quaker. There it is. That's the word, ladies and gentlemen. Quaker. So it means a group or a membership of a religious-based family that comes together, which was formed by George Fox in 1650. So I don't really want to touch that much on religion, but you know, we always have to start in history to go through our present and then head to our future.
Because they're all interlinked,
Thank you very much. So you see that whole aspect of Jesus.
Yes.
His beloved friend, Lazarus. I want to talk on that. I just want to explain the bit of history that I thought would be, good for the show when it comes to friendship on this matter. So it's when Jesus heard of his beloved friend Lazarus dying, he decided that he wanted to go and see him on his deathbed, And from there on out, his disciples, the people around him, his circle, were skeptical about going there because then there were some matters that happened before that. And then he was told, should he go there, he will be stoned.
He will be persecuted.
Thank you. So then from there on out, he said he'll still go and he'll go by himself. But sarcastically, the people in his circle, one of them named Thomas said, you know what? If you want to go, we should all go and die hypocritically. And
Thomas,
seeing is believing. I don't understand sometimes how people act.
Right.
So he left on that journey by himself. Towards heading to Lazarus, his Lazarus' sister Martha saw him along the way and even came cautiously and said, you know what? It's dangerous for you to be here. And he said, you are not the all-knowing God. So I trust you in what you're doing. And he said, I want to see my beloved friend.
Oh.
So in doing that, he requested that Martha go in and fetch Mary so he can go and see Lazarus in his deathbed.
Yes.
And when going upon the, Martha ran in haste
to fetch Mary.
So can you see already the conundrum that I'm talking about? A friend who's already knowing the situation of Jesus before that is even warning, you're not supposed to be here. You're going to get hurt. And then he was like, you know what? I understand, but I came here for a purpose to see my friend.
Yes.
My beloved.
Yes.
Just go and get Mary.
Yes.
Please. Because I know Mary and you are.
Right.
You see, so already, one is a sister, one is a friend, one is comforting the other. But they're already thinking about the broader spectrum, that friendship.
And I like how Jesus himself specified their type of friendship, or the type of friend that Lazarus was to him, and Jesus to Lazarus, calling him my beloved. He didn't call him my friend, he called him my beloved, which is very deep. If I had to call my friends beloved, they would know that,
No, some would think you're ancient. Because right now, for us, when we say beloved, they're like, we're not that close. For you guys in the new generation, what is it? BFF, best friend forever.
Oh, yes.
That's the beloved. That's what we talk about, ladies
Tommy.
and gentlemen. Those old words.
So, please do.
And then from there on coming to see Lazarus, he sees him bind. Because the old ways, they had to bind your hands and your feet, and then they put a cloth on your mouth. And they said in one statement, this is the phrase I saw in the Bible that killed me. They said when Jesus saw Lazarus, he cried. Guys, that is the shortest sentence I've seen in the Bible in a while. And then he cried. That emotion.
Yes.
To show how close he was, how dear Lazarus was to him.
The emotion of loss. Oh.
It just made me think, people don't understand the pain and hurt, but then they still believed in him, Martha and Mary, when they came in to see him with.
Yes.
And they were so cautious. Martha was so cautious about Jesus, saying, you know what? Right now, Lazarus is decomposing. It's been 4 days. And he came on the 5th, mind you.
Yes.
So that means that smell. We never know the smell of a dead person, but I would imagine that it's gruesome.
I don't want to even imagine.
Exactly. So now all of a sudden he comes in, he cries, and then he announces to his father. And then from there on he says, arise. Guys, please forgive me. I don't know the exact scripture. I'm just giving you a just feel of what's going on, right?
Yes.
And then from there we're trying to interconnect. You see, now we're going to the modern thing.
The
you see, right? You lifted him up from the dead.
Right.
You said, arise.
Right.
That voice, the medium right now, is the same thing that we're talking about now. Think about it. Sis, you're the prof, right? You like my encyclopedia, so think about it. 500 years, doesn't it represent 5 days of Lazarus falling down?
Yes.
The medium that we use right now, when Jesus said, arise, he used his voice with commandment to say, rise, my beloved. And he rose.
And he
this
rose.
Is right now, our beloved is you, the listeners out there. We want you to rise. This is our movement we're talking about.
That's right.
We've been sleeping. We've been dormant for too long.
That's right. And since we are African Eyes, a revolutionary radio, we need to help people to arise. And the connotation that you took us into to say 400 years of sleep, of dead, and the next 100, the 5th day of which Lazarus rose, is where Black people are now rising. They are waking up because they have realized, hey, we've been sleeping for too long. And how many times do we get friends that actually bring us up, that actually make us rise from the sleeping or the slumber that we were in?
Thank you, Prof. You see how it's going, guys. We're dissecting everything. We went from friend to friendship, understanding the binding, the bond, the bondage, everything that comes together. Because it's like a marriage, the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Everything
guys,
in between.
For better or for worse, it's still the same thing. Because they say you can choose your friends, but you cannot choose your family. But now, what if your friends become your family? For example, sis, you say you married, right?
Yes.
So you know that your husband is working there, for example, in a construction site. He's like the foreman, big boss.
Right.
Who knows you more? Who do you spend more time with if it's not me in the radio station? So sometimes I might say I know a little just of you, but I don't know all of you. But I always like to feel like when I'm with the prof, I'm like the work husband, you know. I'm always
okay.
But then just breaking the relationship, the bond. Sometimes
with the relationship part, it's different. As every friendship is different.
Exactly.
Okay, I have friends that I am friends with, or I am their friend.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, I am, specifying I am their friend. They are not necessarily my friend.
So it's more of an acquaintance type of factor.
But I am a friend. They will come and show me my friend. You understand?
Okay.
So we need to differentiate the types of friendships that we have with the people in our lives. For example, as I was saying, there are friends that will call me to complain, you won't believe, Chomi, this is what happened, da 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 da. And then there are friends who will need a pickup. Friend, this is what happened. What should I do?
Yes,
you understand? Yeah. And I'm that person they will call to rise them up.
So now my challenge about the whole segment that you said right now, they call you when they hit rock bottom. But can you say in turn, out of that selective 10 fingers of friends that you have, is there even 2 that could do the same when they're trying to pick you up? Because it's always about I've been hearing when you say I. The friends I'm hearing I, but I'm not hearing we. So how was your day? It's mostly Chomi, I was down and out. My friend, I don't know what's going on. This and that and that.
Yes.
Do you understand? For me, it's like a conundrum. That's why I'm trying to separate. We're dissecting. What is a real friend? They're there for the good, but are they there for the aspect of the bad?
That is right. And if you are just joining us, thank you for doing so. You are live with us on the Rising Buzz Show on African Eyes. I am your host, Cornelia Chimalizeni, and I'm not alone.
Tando Makozoma, your host, doing the most. You know I promise to always give you more, and we'll never give you less. Nonetheless, we always have to start off your morning with the greatest success. But don't go away right now. I still want to hear your comments, your reviews, your views about the topic. It's getting hot in here. So hit us up on our WhatsApp line, which is 079-089-3671. Don't forget to follow us on our Facebook page, which is African Eyes Media.
You
see, they even correct me. That's why you always need friends. And as well, we also on Instagram. Hit us with love and we'll always follow you back, which is African_eyes_media. We'll be back in a few, guys. Stay tuned.
You are listening to the Revolutionary Radio, African Eyes Radio.
Identify. Internalize. Progress. If you want truth, we are that truth. Come rain or shine, we will find what you're looking for. We are the custodians of truth. The surgeons that bring light out from the darkness. You want a revolution? We are the revolution. This is the Revolutionary.
Welcome back, family. I am your host, Cornelia Chimalizeni, live and friendshipping here on African Eyes.
Don't forget, I'm also Tando Makozoma. It's like my professor's leaving me up. I thought, why can't we be friends? You know, it's the host doing the most, promising you more and never giving you less. But back to the segment, friendship. We were just talking about something that was thrilling. relationships that dissect into something. The people around you, the circle that you're with. You have friends, right? But what kind of friends are there and what kind of friend are you? Are you there for the good or the bad times? Or are you only there for party times? Are you there when a person's down and out to pick them up? Or are they just there to hear you and then move on with life? Because we also have acquaintances in life. Guys, I'm thinking about it. I was also checking right now during the ad break the meaning of friendship. You know, they actually say, sis, a friend can also be a contact under a social media network, a collective of a friend list. So it doesn't really dissect what it is.
Let me tell you something.
Talk to me, show me.
Sometimes, okay, now this, don't do this.
Don't
judge
her,
me.
ladies and gentlemen. Don't, please, let's go.
I have used some of my friends on my CV as reference.
Oh my God. But then everyone has done that. Sometimes you have to fake it until you make it.
Right?
So you have to call in your friends and say, you know what, I'm going to that interview. You have to just pretend. So when you get that number of 011 or whatever that's happening,
when
just
they
pretend.
ask you about me, you say something nice.
Make me look nice, make me feel nice. Hey, they must come and just take us away. Then
Exactly.
From there, yeah.
Now, before we went on to the ad break, you had asked about the different types of friendships. You just have to be a friend. When a friend needs a friend, be a friend, right? But also limit yourself, because there are some people who are there to just suck out the life out of you, and sometimes also you need to let them know, okay, I am friends with you because of your connections. Then your friendship will always flow and it will never be awkward, where now I'm sitting at a cafe somewhere with my chommies, and then this one, my work link comes up, and now it's an awkward situation because now I'm very different. When I'm at work, I'm different as I would be around my friends.
True.
And now this one wants to sit down because, we are friends at work. So
the difference have to be said. The lines have to be drawn, actually.
Right.
I love the way you said that. I'm sorry. I had to mumble it out because I was also trying to digest it, that you have to identify exactly what you're doing. Because you know that sometimes when you're doing things in life, you don't know where your boundaries lie.
Right.
You might even push too far forward and then you retract back later on. In other segments, it's kind of like what you're saying. Some people are there for the better, some are there for the worse. So some might be using you. So that's why I also wanted to ask you something. Would you be there for your friend in a season of weakness? For example, let me just break it down. Me and you. Guys, ladies and gentlemen, you need to understand the opposite sex of how it works, right? Is that she's a female, I'm a male. Women are psychologically and emotionally more involved than us men. So what happens now if I'm down and out and her life experiences could actually help me rise up? Because they say every dog has its day, right? So now if I'm down and out and she lifts me out, we never know that tomorrow I might be the one that helps her in the future. But It's how you identify the people in your circle.
That's
who
right.
is right for you and who is wrong for you.
Right.
This is why we're going with that aspect of friends. We also know who we are. It's self-introspection. We need to identify who we are. But we also have to see into the future as well, that is this person good for me or bad for me? Because there's some people that come to you and you already got them along the way and you're thinking to yourself, my God, how can I get out of this? But you don't know how to go about it. What are your views on that, though?
My views are that, as I said, when you are a friend, just be a friend. When a friend comes and they need a friend, be a friend. You never know if they will be there for you when you, in your times of trial, or when you need that extra money, etc., etc. You never know. You understand? So when you are a friend, people can remember that. But there are some also who don't remember. And then we go back now to the meaning of friendship. The word itself, friend, it has origins in Germanic terms or language, which go down all the way to Old English, which was friend. That was actually the real word for friend. And then it also translates to Dutch vriend, which is similar to our Afrikaans. True. We also have the German Freund. It's all friend. And when you look at it, from Indo-European root meaning, it goes to love. You see, so if you love yourself, if you love your surroundings, if you love the area you're in, then you will be a lovely person, just like Jesus, said, my beloved. Wow,
that is crazy. Look, the epiphany behind that, when you just mentioned that, guys, it just hit my brain when Prof spoke about this as well. Look at the segment when we're talking about friendship. We mentioned one with Jesus and you said he's beloved. Yes. Now think about it. On the Last Supper, Jesus sat down with his disciples and looked amongst them and said, one will betray me and one will deny me 3 times. Woo. So Peter was the right hand of Jesus, and he said, you will betray me and deny me 3 times. In scripture, I think there were 3 times when Peter said, I do not know him. I do not know him. I do not know him. Denying him 3 times. And yet Judas, his left hand, kissed him on his left cheek for 3 pieces of silver. There's too many ideologies. Guys, can you see it's 3 plus 3? And we're in the month of June, so it's 6 right now. The collective is crazy for me.
In the numerology is funny. So I did say Jesus never said, oh, my friend Lazarus. He did mean friend, beloved, because we just went to the root word or the origin of friend. We dissected it.
Dissected it all.
It went down to
everything.
To love.
But then, guys, let me just reflect on something. A couple of weeks ago, I was visiting my big brother, Charles, yeah? He made me watch a YouTube video of Minister Farrakhan. So he was speaking on the 3 things our system fails to teach us as a nation, which is the science of finance or business, the science of warfare, and then the science of mating. I wanted to touch on the 3rd law. This is in regards of a relationship now.
Yes.
Remember, everything that we've talked about, me and the professor, we've been building up, is about linking each other. Remember, we said we have to identify everything we do. So, for example, let's say right now, Sister Cornelia here is a genius at speed reading. I can't do that. That is my flaw, my weakness in character. Because she said we have to identify our strengths and weaknesses. So when we fall off in our weakness, one will cover with our strength. My strength, I always wanted to produce. And I love working with the station manager. So most of the times when we record, I'm the one who's doing the technical aspects. And my sister's like, let's just work on the work and you'll be playing with the stuff later. But can you see, her strength covered my weakness. And I feel in some aspects, my strength covered her weakness. You're only as strong as your weakest link. But if people cannot see that link, then you're doing something right. But if they can, you're doing something wrong, because you're always the first line of defense in what you do, your dream.
That is right.
Are we hearing that, ladies and gentlemen? That dream.
That is right. And friendship also translates to the types of dreams we get, because our experiences tell us the type of people we are, and also translate into the dreams we have. And our friends, they are all that part of experience. They play a big role, you know, as we said, or the famous saying, birds of a feather. They flock together.
But I know Sister Cornelia loves using this on her siblings when she says, you want me to tell you who you are? Show me your friends. And I was like, ooh, Sister Cornelia, what are you saying right now? She's
and that is very true, because if you think about it, I'm not going to know you by just talking to you, meeting with you.
You can't really describe yourself sometimes,
exactly.
You know?
But if I was to meet your circle, the people you chill with, the people you feel comfortable most with, the people who you would take off your shoes and go walking barefoot with,
the gestures you give,
I would get the type of person you are through the characters that they are.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. So right now, I think we have it all in conclusion. But right now, I want to get your views, your reviews. So don't forget to also hit us up on our WhatsApp line, which is 079-089-3671. And I said, don't forget to follow our Facebook page, which is African Eyes Media. As well, we're on Instagram. So it's African_Eyes_Media. Hit us with love, we'll always hit you back. Don't forget, you're still listening to Thanda Matozoma, your host, doing the most. And I'm not alone. I'm always with the lovely, majestic, beautiful, smart
Cornelia Chimalizeni. Now, family, we have been talking about friendship. Are you a friend? Can you be a friend? Your circle, feather over feather, flock together. The types of friends you have make you. As you are within your circle,
You also, the way you look out of your circle.
Exactly.
I love what you said that, oh my God, you were like, oh, birds of a feather, we always flock together.
But
I always love that. But the segment of everything when you say, if one thing comes together and one thing crumbles, what are we as a unit? Because then, I remember there was an old movie back in the day. Someone said, if you come with me as a family and you break my finger, it will hurt. But if we come together as a fist, it's impossible to break us as a unit.
Exactly. It's a stronger unit. And when you give someone a punch,
it becomes an impact right now. Guys, are you getting this? Listeners out there, you are our fingers, but when we come together as a ball and we want to push a movement, a revolution, what happens? You hit them with a punch that no one can ignore.
That is right. Thank you for being with us. Birds of the same feather flock together. So you have been with us on the Rising Buzz show on African Eyes Radio, your revolutionary radio. We will be back with more and more and more to always keep you entertained, always keeping you informed. I am Cornelia Chimalizeni, your host, and I've had a blast with
Thando Macazoma, your host, doing the most. You said, I promise you'll never give you more and I'll always give you less. No, I revert that back. I said, I promise I will always give you more and never give you less. Nonetheless, we had out there and we started it off with the greatest success. I don't want to go. You know I don't want to go, but we have to go. We'll be here same time, same place tomorrow, giving you more and we'll never give you sorrow. We love you. Good day.
You are listening to the Revolutionary Radio, African Eyes Radio.
Identify. Internalize. Progress. If you want truth, we are that truth. Come rain or shine, we will find what you're looking for. We are the custodians of truth. Surgeons that bring light out from the darkness. We want a revolution. We are the revolution. This is the Revolutionary